fourth game in the 1992 World Cup. This game between West Indies and Pakistan at the MCG. Already the first two games decided, New Zealand beating Australia conclusively in Auckland on the Saturday, the first day of the Cup, and then England coming out on top of India in a day-night match in Perth. Here at the MCG, the two teams, the West Indies first of all led by Richie Richardson. Desmond Haynes, Brian Lara and Richardson himself, then Hooper, Logie, Arthurton, Harper, Marshall, Ambrose, Benjamin and David Williams, with Patrick Patterson as the 12th man. Now, Pakistan have a problem. Imran Khan, the skipper, has a shoulder injury. He's decided it's better to rest it for this game with a lot of cricket coming up. And Javed Miandad will lead. Then there's Ramiz Raja and Amir Solhe. Then Inzamam, Javed himself, Salim Malik, Ijaz Ahmed, Wasim Akram, that great all-rounder, a wonderful player, Wasim Haidar, Iqbal Sikandar, Moin Khan, Aqib Javed, and the 12th man is Mushtaq Ahmed. Richie Richardson won the toss. Tony Greig reported the pitch was in excellent condition, looked a real batsman's paradise, and the outfield would play very fast indeed. It is close cut. We join play now in the second over, 3 runs on the board. Curtly Ambrose is the bowler, and he's coming in to bowl to Ramiz Raja. The first voice you hear will be that of Tony Cozier.
And it's good morning to David Gower.
Good morning all, and Curtly Ambrose straight past the outside edge there, Ramiz Raja's bat. Following on from the opening over from Malcolm Marshall, a nice polished over, 3 runs off it. Ambrose now the taller of the two. Slightly widest delivery, let's be fair, Ramiz Raja won't be very happy having followed that one so wide.
That's a good shot. Long chase here for Harper, but I don't think he'll get there. All those long strides just pull it back. And a great return. Roger Harper coming back into the West Indies team and immediately making an impact.
Roger Harper has been well renowned for a long time as one of the world's great fielders. Over 6 foot tall there, those legs do move very quickly, and he made a lot of ground there, saving 1 run for the West Indies. Classic throw. And there Ramiz Raja's World Cup statistics. An average of 51, he won't be unhappy at all if he averages the same or better in this competition. And again, the same sort of strike rate. He's always been a dasher as an opening batsman, and the highest score there, 113 against England.
And that's a beautifully picked up shot off the legs for a boundary, the first one of the innings.
Well, that's the first chance really that either batsman has had to put bat on ball. Beautifully timed. He's just flicked it off his legs there. Malcolm Marshall straying slightly down the leg side. There it goes from leg stump, safely over the infield and very quickly down to the boundary.
Oh, good shot. Straight back down the pitch. It'll probably roll into the fence. No, it won't. Probably run for, though. That's well done. Good straight hit.
I don't know what Ramiz Raja was doing there. I think his thigh pad might have come loose as he was running. He was not running flat out, as we see Curtly just get a finger on that. And if you watch Ramiz Raja here as he's running, I think about the 3rd and the 4th run, he starts grabbing at the, there he is, in fact in the 1st run he's grabbing at the thigh pad.
In the air and into the gap. That's running away down towards the boundary at extra cover, slowing up as it gets towards the rope down there, and into the rope it goes. There's that area down there is roped off because there's some new grass being put in. Grass down there affected by all the building works that have been going on. And the Pakistanis here, very, very happy.
Yes, he looks a pretty fair player. First time I've seen Amir Sohail. Certainly not bothered by the pace bowlers. He hasn't taken a backward step. And a couple of occasions when he's seen one there that he's liked the look of, he knows what to do with the bat.
And that's a good shot all the way along the ground, through the gap at mid-wicket, running away towards the boundary. This will get the boundary too. Yes, 4 more. The Pakistan is beginning to cut loose here at the MCG. Lovely shot there from Amir Sahel.
Tell you what, Wright, he wouldn't have dispatched that one any better. John Wright of New Zealand, a very good player through the onside, and I guess that most left-handers like them there. But he's really starting to come out of his shell. Sahel.
Winston Benjamin is coming into the attack.
Good pitch, yeah, fast outfield. Sahel back for the second. This could be out. Oh, bad throw. Umpire Randall says not out. The throw was very wide, brilliantly picked up by Williams. There was nothing much he could do about that. It was wide, it was on the half volley. He gathered it, but he had to bring it back a long way.
Ambrose is very, very athletic, as I said, and a good throw there would have had Sahel.
It's straight up in the air. Who's going to take it? Logie's got him. That's the first wicket to fall. Sohail out caught, trying to pull that one to mid-wicket. Really trying to get Pakistan off to a flyer. Not a bad start anyhow. He didn't middle it, straight up in the air, and little Gus Logie did the rest.
Yeah, so he's an impressive character, Amir Sohail, and he was certainly showing some good form there in the end. Gus Logie taking that catch comfortably. Winston Benjamin gets the first breakthrough. Pakistan 1 for 45.
The new batsman is M. Zaman Haq.
So Harper starts his second over. Just short of Logie. And through him, he really is having a disastrous time out there today, with the ball eluding him to his left and his right, and a few fumbles. Gus Logie, as we know, one of the truly outstanding fielders in the game. Not today. Carl Hooper, he'll go in tandem with Roger Harper. Long chase out here for Keith Atherton. He's very quick over the outfield. Usually has a good, strong throw. But the West Indies seem to be playing with a bar of soap in the outfield today. It's eluding them more often than not. And he had difficulty in grabbing it. But it was always 3.
Hooper just straying a little wide of the off stump there, giving the batsman room to cut. And the wide open spaces of the MCG there, giving Atherton a long, long chase.
It's very important that the Pakistan batsmen with their run rate, 30 over stage. He tries that and he does get over the short mid-wicket. There's a sweeper out there. 2 more. They'd be aware with 9 wickets in hand at the 30 over stage, you have to be consistent with your run rate. So there's a few gaps there, the maidens and 1s and 2s. Probably not good enough now to just going away from about 24 down and just drifting down again. Just lift their run rate. In the air, that's out. Oh, that's the end of it, beaten by the change of pace there. He threw it up, a little bit of drift. It was straight to Carl Hooper, Inzamam's out. And that's a wicket the West Indies needed.
Be very welcome not only to Richie Richardson, the skipper, but also to Roger Harper. It's quite a straightforward catch. Carl Hooper. Pakistan now 2 for 97 in the 30.
Javed Miandad, the acting captain for Pakistan today, a tremendous record, one of the world's best batsmen in all types of cricket. Comes to the crease with the ball of the second wicket. It's good running.
He has an experienced player in with him out there, Ramesh Raja. But Javed is a great chatterer out in the centre, but he's a very busy player and a wonderful player. Wonderful player to get the whole thing moving.
It's just wide of Williams, and it'll be 4 runs. Frustration there for Malcolm Marshall. That was a genuine nick. Javed Miandad always plays the full-blooded shot when he has a go at it. There's a lot of bat on it, and even though it was a thick edge, Williams really threw himself, but it really was more like a second slip catch.
Half century to Ramiz Raja. He's been the rock of the innings so far.
He's just not had the opportunities today to really put bat to ball. Very few chances to reach the boundary. But at least 71 not out. He's still doing a fair job for Pakistan.
Good shot into the gap. Very well placed, and that's going to race into the fence. A beautiful shot. Just a bit short, that delivery from Benjamin. That's the 6th 4 of the innings.
This is where Javed Miandad is so good. Very good improviser with a cricket bat. Given himself just a little bit of room there. Winston Benjamin dropping it slightly short. But he's timed that shot so nicely, so beautifully. It's gone just wide of the fielder and beaten the sweeper, who's already 20-30 metres in from the boundary. And there it goes down to the fence.
Oh, that's out. No, it's not. Looked as if it nicked something, and it's gone for 4 runs. That went flying away, and Javed now having another chat with Ramiz down there. Big smile on his face.
Javed's loving that. Whatever he said before, it had no effect whatsoever. Ramiz getting in a fearful tangle with that. He seemed to have made up his mind early on that he wanted to try and pull this ball through mid-wicket, and got in all sorts of wrong positions. Confused David Williams as well. Just missed the outstretched hands, and it still counts as 4 runs. Doesn't matter how beautiful it was, it's 4 runs.
So there we are. Everything quite consistent until the last over.
Well, with the quest for runs in these closing stages of the Pakistan innings, they need a couple more overs like that to set the West Indies a reasonable target.
Beautifully hit down the ground. Will it get to the boundary? Yes, a magnificent shot. Ramiz getting that one right off the meat of the bat, straight down the ground for 4. That's the end of the over. 2 for 196. 2 overs to go. Malcolm Marshall about to start the second last over. Fieldsman spread far and wide. Oh, this is a huge ground, not all of them on the boundary. Oh, he's got that away too. What a good shot that is. That ball would have hit, I reckon, around about off stump. Javed right across, knowing, as David Gower has pointed out, that he had to get it away fine on the leg side, and he did it perfectly.
This is always the risk, of course. And the ball there, Malcolm Marshall just too full, trying to get the ball in the block hole. Strayed just marginally onto leg stump, but Javed's moved across, has created the space. And it doesn't take long for the ball to reach the boundary at fine leg there, just in front of the southern stand. The wide open space is being used to full extent by the Pakistani batsman.
So there it is, his strike rate, 89 runs per 100 balls. He's on 49. And he's now got 50. Well played, Javed Miandad, captaining Pakistan, because Imran Khan had problems with his shoulders, and he certainly lifted the run rate.
It's a great little captain's innings from Javed Miandad there. Ramiz Raja is part of the other end, has struggled to keep the run rate up for Pakistan, but Javed's come in there, he's played his shots, he's improvised, he's made the most of it, he's used the pace of the ball, and he's got his runs quickly.
That's his 41st half-century in one-day internationals. That's a great shot, magnificent shot through extra cover, running down towards the boundary, into the fence she goes. What a magnificent shot. This is a little gem of an innings, and the Pakistanis are all out of their seats.
Well, it's Ramiz Raja now joining in the act. He's seen his captain put bat to ball, and this has split the field perfectly through extra cover there. Kept his head down, full follow-through of the bat.
A little flick again, he's done it again! Magnificent shot. A little flick down a fine leg. Isn't he cheeky? 2 for 212. This is the last over. Ambrose is going to bowl it. He's not easy to get away. I reckon the best thing to do here would be for Ramiz to try and get a single and let Javed do the work. That's exactly what they've done. Just have a look at the shot from Javed Miandad. The last ball of Marshall's over. Now he got it away to fine leg.
This is an incredible shot. You can see how wide of off stump the ball is there. It's a foot wide of the off stump. The perfect place for Malcolm Marshall there. He can't really blame himself, but Javed, beautifully timed, gets right across and works it to long leg.
Trying to get that one away fine too, but a bit of bounce there, and I think it was the slower ball too.
Well, Curtly Ambrose, perhaps not quite as easy as Malcolm Marshall to get away there. Again, Javed's gone to the offside, but the ball's bounced up. He's got a bit of body in the way of that as well.
Ramiz Raja on strike and on 99. That's his 100, his 6th century. A little slow, I think, when one considers the batting they've got. He's happy about it, whether or not he's scored those runs quickly enough to get his side a victory. Time will tell.
Well, at least he can be proud of the 100. He struggled for some of that innings to find his touch, to find his timing. And only at the end of the day will we know how valuable this has been. Anyway, 100's never a bad effort in one-day cricket. The strike rate of 64.3 is consistent with most of his career, and it just remains to be seen now how many more runs they can just nudge off the rest of this over of Curtly Ambrose.
And that was the first 100 against the West Indies in a World Cup match. He's hit that off the middle of the bat. He wants one. There's going to be a run out. No, it's not. They're getting themselves in a terrible tangle. Williams couldn't quite get to the stumps in time. The ball missed the stumps. He would have been run out by miles.
I have to say there was no danger on today's field with that ball hitting the stumps anyway. So Pakistan and Javed comfortably back in again. Not a problem there.
West Indies have been a bit sloppy in the field. Oh, he's got back, he's gone. He's hit it straight to backward point. No ball called. Well, I think Javed was a little unlucky. We normally see Ambrose smiling, but that's not a smile. I don't think that one was over the top of shoulders over his shoulders in a normal standing position. Let's have another look.
Well, Javed's certainly smiling. He's loving that. It's a close decision, that one, very close decision. He's only managed to cut it back just behind square there, and Curtly Ambrose showing signs of severe confusion.
2 balls to go. Got away on the onside to get 2 here as well. They might try and test him for the 3rd, in which case they could get overthrows. They're settling for 2. Yes, the interesting thing about that particular playing condition is that if the ball is in that area, I mean, really, Javed did have a fair shot at it. I think it's a little silly. If it was over his head, it would be a bit different, but over his shoulder, it's a fair shot. He hit it straight to the fieldsman. He could have hit it over his head. The bowlers get very angry about situations like that, and I think with some justification too. So this is the last ball, and he comes. It's a slow one down the leg side. Is it wide? No, it's not. Javed was way outside off stump and on his knees. Yes, he'll have to settle for that. Well, what a little gem of an innings from Javed Miandad. He's actually helped the Pakistan side lift their total, because at one stage they looked as if they weren't going to get nearly enough runs.
I've ever seen in all the years I've been watching cricket, Javed Miandad. He pulled that innings around, and he never stopped giving cheek out there, never stopped chatting to the opposition and frustrating them. This is the way they finished up Pakistan after looking at one stage as though they would be lucky to get to 200. Javed Miandad, 57 from 61 balls, faced Ramiz Raja, reached his 100, 102 from 158. and it was a good effort, 2 for 220, and the bowling figures for West Indies, they certainly weren't aided in the field. The fielding, I thought, was very sloppy indeed. Marshall 53 from 10 overs and Ambrose 40 from 10, the two experienced players. And Winston Benjamin, 10 overs, 1 for 49. Carl Hooper, none for 41. And Roger Harper, 1 for 33. Those two spinners did an excellent job for Richie Richardson and thoroughly justified their choice in the side. So it's not an easy task for the West Indies, even though it looks as though it's going to be a low-scoring game. Here they are making their first attempt at it.
Oh, well bowled, a magnificent delivery, that one. All over the place, Haynes. Didn't know where it was.
It's one of those moments when you're glad you're in a commentary box, because Wasim Akram is very, very sharp. He can swing it back into the right-hander. He goes wide and it pitches and it holds its line and only cuts him in half. Beautifully bowled, just sheer pace.
Akib Jabir. Right arm over the wicket to the left-hander. Haynes has the top one. He's out there at the moment. 148. And that was a magnificent shot by Lara through mid-wicket.
Yes, Brian Lara has that touch of class. He's a very wristy, flashy batsman, but when he times the ball, it really does come off the meat of the bat. He really likes to work it on the onside if it's round about middle and off stump, and he whipped that away, and that was beautifully placed and timed. It was always going to be forward. Delightful stroke.
Yes, they've got off to a pretty good start here, considering the total they're chasing.
Run rate required is still 4.48, but they're not falling behind. They're not building up over 5. That's very important.
Yes, I think if they can just keep it ticking over at this pace without losing wickets, they'll be in business. In the air, what a good shot that was. Not very short, back onto his back foot, whack over the top of mid-wicket's head, and thud into the fence down there. 9 runs off the over. Beautiful shot, Brian Lara. No wicket for 36.
Brian Lara, the magnificent, I suppose you'd call it, well, I was thinking pull shot, but it really wasn't quite a pull shot. Whatever name you want to put on it, it was very well timed. Does get off the ground.
And we have a change in bowling here. We have Wasim Haider. Just short. Rather loose shot from Brian Lara. Almost carried to the mid-off fielder.
Yes, he hit that pretty well, Brian Lara, but hitting it on the rise, he got it in the air, and mid-off probably could have done a little bit more. Didn't really move towards the ball. Jabir now going back a little in the, he was in the short cover position. He's going back now to a traditional cover position.
He's got it through. That'll be 4. Lovely shot from Lara. That's his 4th boundary, and he's been the one responsible for the West Indies acceleration.
Really is a beautiful timer of the ball, Brian Lara. Doesn't have to play too many reckless shots. He's got so many good ones that he can play without any danger. Doesn't have to play reckless shots or risky shots.
Oh, that's a fine shot. Another 4 for Lara. That's his 5th.
That's why he doesn't have to play risky shots. It really is a beautiful timer of the ball. And he's quite a joy to watch. Not quite as stylish as Sachin Tendulkar. He's certainly got the timing of Tendulkar. Perhaps not quite the skill, but he is a very talented young player.
Well, he's cracked it away. It was just short, and he pulled it through the mid-wicket area for another 4. That's his 6th, and that raises the West Indies 50.
This is a pretty tough initiation for Wasim Haider, playing in his first international.
So another change. Ijaz Ahmed, left arm medium pacer. Somebody in the air. There was a shot of catch it. But it was wide of the fielder, who is not happy. Just indicating to his captain that if he had been at backward square leg rather than forward, the ball would have dropped straight into his lap. There was some discussion as to where he should have been.
Might be a little harder for the left-hand bowler to bowl to the left-hand batsman.
Oh, magnificent stroke. That's the best we've seen so far from Lara. He really hammered it away.
That really was a magnificent shot.
So West Indies moving along very smoothly here. Left arm spin from the northern end and a drop chance.
Evidence of turn there at the southern end. Desi Haynes has pushed forward. It's the thickest edge that's diverted enough to miss Moin Khan's gloves.
And that's a lovely stroke as well. He's a master of the sweep shot, Desmond Haynes, and many other shots as well. First of all, the crashing stroke away past square leg, and then that delicate little stroke that just helped it on its way very fine.
The 100 partnership for the West Indies, they're all looking very, very comfortable in their pursuit of 221 to win.
Iqbal Sikandar coming in now, the leg spinner from the southern end. And Brian Lara has reached his half-century. A lovely knock. Greg Chappell will expand on that, and in a moment with him will be Tony Greig.
Yes, Richie, it's been a very impressive performance here by Brian Lara. Struggled a bit during the World Series Cup early in the summer. He's come out as an opening batsman today, 50 runs, including 7 fours, 63 balls, so a very good strike rate of 79.4.
Oops, catch it was the call, but it went popping over the keeper's shoulder there. Mohan Khan, to watch it go, it was all too quick for him.
A bit of hard work there for the keeper. It was from the bat onto the glove and over the keeper's head. He had no chance being down and up to the stumps. A difficult chance in the last over from Sohail, thick outside edge.
Well, it's going straight up in the air. This will be caught by the bowler himself. Yes, he's got... Oh, he's dropped it! And what's more, that Haynes is 50. Well, he's just blessed himself. It went straight up in the air. And unfortunately for the bowler, the mid-off was a little far back, so he had to go running backwards. Here it is again. Have a look.
Desmond Haynes trying the little flick away on the leg side. He had it in the hand, then tried to almost bring it in and threw it on the ground. He'd like to throw himself on the ground, and Desi Haynes.
Brian Lara. That's a full toss. Down the ground he goes, and it's going to beat the fielder too. So that's his 8th boundary, right off the meat of the bat. It's a full toss, but he placed it well.
His timing has been impeccable. His placement very good today. Anyone at this level should be able to handle the full toss.
Catch it! There's shouts of catch it, but it's gone well over the head of the man at mid-wicket. In fact, it is beautifully placed. He's gone down the track to it. It's hit it right off the meat of the bat, and has quite deliberately hit it over the head of the infielder, and he split the 2 men out on the boundary.
Yes, he gives the ball a real flick with the wrists. Just at the last minute, he gets a lot of his power from that wrist work. Beautiful wrist work there.
Now then, Wasim Akram has been brought back into the attack. Ball to Lara.
What a good shot that is. That's, we've seen plenty of examples of Brian Lara's great timing, but that was just a little swat, almost like swatting flies.
It's wonderful, wonderful improvisation. Desmond Haynes is not going to be fazed by Wasim Akram dropping it short. But it gives you an idea of the pace at which Wasim Akram is bowling, that Haynes was looking for the pull shot just in front of square or even just behind, and all he could do was get it away over mid-on.
It's actually a safer pull shot off the left arm over the wicket bowler. Once you start trying to pull them around a square leg, that's when you're likely to get the top edge and get caught somewhere. But if you're hitting it over mid-on, especially if you're up against someone quick like that and you haven't got time to roll the wrists, it's a lot safer.
Timing. Once again, no great effort put into that stroke by Brian Lara, but it fairly raced off the bat. Picked up 2 runs just from a little defensive push. That's a very good shot. No great piece of fielding attached to the total amount of cricket, and they will run 4. Disappointment all round, and it's none for 175. Boots or shoes, that's where it's hit right on the toe. He's too slow getting the bat down. That was how quick it was.
Worst part about those is that they're at their absolute best about 1 second after the ball's hit you on the toe, because they don't hurt anywhere near as much as they do about 5 seconds after they've hit.
The way it hit his toe, I reckon there could easily be something quite serious there.
I think it might have been better with the boot on, at least for walking off the ground.
Richie Richardson passed Brian Lara on the way out, had 1 or 2 consoling words for him.
Got it through, just the deflection from the diving fielder at extra cover, but it's gone all the way for 4. Had a lot of wood on it.
And now we've got another statistic. It's the highest score at the MCG by any team without losing a wicket. For the first wicket.
Good deflection. That's a good boundary by Haynes. Very similar to the leg lances we saw from Javed Miandad during the Pakistan innings. Very fine deflection for 4. Just made it.
Well, that's well run by Desi Haynes there. Slight misfield at mid-wicket. They decided to come back for the second, but a good throw came in there over the top of the stumps. There's the misfield. And here's the throw. nicely in, and Desi Haynes comfortably back.
With that fearful blow on the toe, which he got from Wasim Akram, forced him to retire hurt. That's beautifully placed and timed, not so well fielded.
Desmond Haynes demonstrating exactly how he has got over 7,600 one-day international runs. A little bit of a stiff bat there at mid-off. I think it's Ramesh Raja there.
Lovely on drive for 4. Right up there in the slot for it. And the West Indies moving very comfortably towards their victory.
Well, Akib Javid gave Richardson the sighter the ball before. Again angled in, just fractionally straighter this time. Richardson makes room for the shot, gets his feet out of the way, the back comes through, beautifully timed, and past the man at mid-on.
Let's put that away as well. It won't go all the way this time. So 3 more. Square leg signals the no ball. And Akib Javid just taking the opportunity here, knowing that there's no way Pakistan can get back into this match, to let 1 or 2 frustrations loose.
Well, there's nothing to lose. And Richard Richardson there, he's seen it all before. He's not too fussed about that, just swayed out of the way of this quite a good bouncer, a reasonably straight bouncer that Akib Javid's managed to drag out at the MCG pitch. 1 needed. The West Indies' first win of this competition.
So 2 no balls, 2 bouncers finishing the game. And the West Indies have won sweepingly by 10 wickets, even though they have lost Brian Lara, who had to retire hurt with that injury. They didn't lose an actual wicket. Desmond Haynes carries his bat and emphasizes his quality as an all-round opening batsman, leading run scorer in one-day internationals, and he walks off the field. Not out 93.
Performance from the West Indian batsman. Bad luck for Brian Lara with that foot injury, but Desmond Haynes and Richie Richardson took them to a very, very comfortable victory. This is the way it looked at the end. They made 0 for 221, with Brian Lara retiring hurt for 88. It was a great innings from him. First time he's been up there opening, and his highest score in limited overs internationals. Made those 88 from 101 balls. Desmond Haynes 144 and Richie Richardson 40. And the Pakistan bowling, nothing in the wickets column for them, and plenty of runs taken from them. Wasim Akram was the most impressive. Well, waiting down in the presentation area now is Tony Gregg, and he has with him the 2 skippers, but no player of the match.
Thank you, Richie. Well, I've got $5,000 down here, and I have another Richie with me, Richie Richardson. Congratulations, $3,000, the winner's check for that World Cup victory, and a very good victory it was too.
Yeah, obviously it's a very good start for us. It's nice to see that we've been through a match without losing a wicket, and I hope that we can continue in that vein.
Yes, it looked as if when the West Indian side came out there today that they'd either had a really heavy pep talk from the captain or somebody, or they'd gone back to the West Indies and sat down and done some thinking.
Well, we're definitely here for business this time, so we're not going to waste any time. We're not going to muck about. We're going to get into business and try to win the cup.
Well, now, Brian Lara has been made the man of the match, and unfortunately he's not able to be with us up here. How is he?
Well, it's difficult for me to say because I passed him on the way when I was going out. I think his nail is pushed back a little bit, so I hope that he'll be ready for the next match.
Right, well, I'd be very grateful if you'd give him this World Cup, Benson Hedges World Cup gold medallion, as well as $500 for his effort today. Thank you very much indeed. Right, well, Javid Mianda has been good enough to come down as well. Sorry about this, $1,500 for you. Not enough runs, really.
Yeah, but I think at least, we did well. We scored 220. We thought we can win the game because we played so many time in MCG, and I think we saw 220, 230 is a good score. But compared to this game, especially wicket was very good, and we didn't have the enough bowler.
Yes, the bowling problem, if Imran, how is he? I mean, if he doesn't get back into the side, there's definitely one problem there, and of course Waqar Yunus has gone home.
Yeah, that's right. I hope, he'll be all right for the next game, because he was a bit struggling for this game. So he just tried to get rest. He'll be all right for next games.
Job, Miandad, well played yourself, but bad luck in the game.